got an incredible show ready to go for you. And this next comic, you might have seen him on MTV's Comedy Half-Hour Special. Give a big round of applause, start right now, for Osborn. Everybody give it up.
Nothing better than when the host forgets your name. Osborn! Rocky Osborn. How you guys doing? Give it up for, give it up for this guy! We've all been there. We've all been doing comedy 100 years. I've been there. I've done that shit. Give it up for my good friend. Hold on, I'm getting a text message. Robert Anderson! Hey! My name is Rocky Osborn. I'm a little different. I'll tell you guys right from the get-go. I'm a little different than most comics. I don't have the privilege of pulling the mic out and walking around the stage. I was born with a tremble. My hands shake non-stop. So if I pull the mic out, I don't look professional. I look like a blind 90-year-old hooker. That's what I look like. Right? I'm just up here like... Bad, man. It's funny because sometimes I'll do shows and they won't have a mic stand and then they just hand the person the mic. And if I'm doing like the big spot, I'm up there 45 minutes like, and then guys come up to me after the show and they're like, bro, are you nervous? And women are like, why aren't you a gynecologist? Shut up, I'd be a good gynecologist. I'd be like, Susan, second time this week, everything okay? Thanks for coming. I do horrible at it. I clearly don't know what a guy. I just assume that's what they do. Hi. Susan, good seeing you today. All right. Hi, Mary. How are you? Okay, good. Linda, good. Oh, Karen, sorry. You smell like Mary. It's so weird. I love it. You guys are in a good mood, huh? Wow. I don't know if you guys are just happy to be out. Or are you guys happy because your children are not with you? A little bit of both. I love it, yes. I have kids also, 2 kids. Kids are assholes, let's face facts, right? How bad are they? Like, I hate kids, man. I hate my own kids. Kids are shitty people. My kids, who got pets? You guys got pets? Did you get duped into it? Yeah, that's how it happens. Your kids go, you get a dog, I'll take care of it. I'm going to clean up after it. No, they're not. It means you're going to clean up after it every single day. That's what it means. My kids wanted a dog, and here's what I did. I said, all right, look, we're not going to get a dog. They're like, well, take care of that. And I go, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you guys a pet. So they came home from school. I'm like, all right, I broke down, I got you a pet. They were excited until they found out I got them a goldfish. All right, here's what I did. Put the goldfish in the kitchen, put them on the counter. I said, you take care of this fish for 3 months. 3 months. At the end of 3 months, we'll talk about getting a dog. 2 months later, we're sitting at the dining room table. My daughter goes, Dad, remember you said if we took care of the fish for 3? I go, you know what, it's only been 2 months, but good point. Look at me, don't look at the fish. You, look at me, don't look at the fish. You, when's the last time you cleaned the bowl? Last week? Great. When's the last time you fed him? 2 days ago? Perfect. Don't look at the fish, look at me. You, when's the last time you fed the fish? 2 weeks ago? When's the last time you cleaned his bowl? 2 weeks ago. Great. Look at the fish. They go, where's the fish? I go, he died a fucking month ago. Right? And they got to take care of me when I'm older. You're like, did you check in on your dad? Yeah, no, he did. He died a fucking month. He had a boner. We had to handle that. Totally plan on dying with a boner, in case you were wondering. It's funny too, because when you got kids, it's like I hated my dad, and then I grew up and I find him turning into my dad every day. I'm like, turn that music down. It's just my cell phone, right? I'm like, it's crazy how much I'm turning. And I grew up right. Let me discuss this for a minute. I grew up in the 70s. Anybody else grew up in the 70s? Yeah. Listen around, people. If you did not hear cheer, you grew up horrible, right? We didn't have timeout when we were kids. Fuck no, we had blackout. That's what we had. I had 2 minutes in a corner unconscious. That's what I had. My dad hit first, ask questions later. My mom could just say my name. Something would be like, da-da-da, Rocky! And my dad would be like, bam, what'd you do? What did he do, Ginger? Yep, got it. Get up. Time for dinner. Get up. Sorry about that. Get up. Wipe that blood off your ear and join us at the table. That was my dad. Actually, my dad wouldn't say, wipe that blood off your ear. My dad would say, rub dirt on it. Right? That was my dad's answer. Rub dirt on it. And My dad, a tough guy, and I want to test the crowd to see if I'm talking to the right people about this. My dad would say stuff like, I brought you into this world. If you didn't know how that phrase ended, you grew up a bitch. Let me tell you that right now. Right? You grew up a bitch. If your dad didn't say stuff to scare you every day of your life, your dad ever tell you something you thought was supposed to be funny, then you found out the hard way it wasn't supposed to be funny? My dad once said to me, he goes, keep it up, boy, I'll knock your ass into the middle of next week. And then I started laughing, and then I woke up and it was Wednesday. I had a test yesterday. My dad was tough, man. My dad's 6'2", 360 pounds. True. Had a 52-inch waist. He'd take his belt off to this Indiana Jones music would play. That's what it's like. Dun, dun, dun. He's a great guy. My dad passed. My mom came to my show a few weeks ago. She still tries to give a little input. It's fun. She's like, sweetie, you know you don't have to cuss to be funny. I go, yeah, bitch, I know that. I know. She's an asshole. You're a touchy crowd. Look at you. Ooh, don't you talk to your mama like that. What's wrong with you? I love it. I'm happy to be out, man. This is crazy. I live in Southern California. Anybody from SoCal? All right, hide your wallets. And so, I live in SoCal also, and coming to Vegas, I haven't been to Vegas in almost 2 years. And the last time I came, and there's a reason, because I got duped into doing a show here that I didn't want to do. A buddy of mine goes, hey man, I'm at two different, I swear to God, he goes, I'm at 2 different clubs this weekend. I got double booked, do you want to pick one of them up? And I go, yeah. And so he gave me the address, but not the name. And I showed up, and it was at a bingo hall during bingo. So I thought I was in the wrong place. I walked in and I looked confused, and this lady goes, are you the comedian? And I was like, oh shit, right? She goes, I'm like, what's happening? She goes, we thought it'd be fun to have like a comedian go up between the games. And I'm like, well, you thought wrong, bitch, because here's the thing. Shut up, Mom. It's because I don't know if you guys have been to a bingo hall, but it's like 100 people are like 80 to 90, and like 100 died a freaking year ago. And they're all there because they haven't called bingo yet, and it's just bad. So I'm there trying to do jokes. I'm like, anyways, I've been doing some online dating lately. Some old lady in the back goes, shut up and call the numbers. I didn't know what to do, so I just started calling random numbers and telling my jokes. I was like, anyways, I met this girl online. Her name was B7. Had a great time. I, 22, took her back to my place. She had a huge ass. She'd been over. I was like, gee, 54. Not the worst show, though. Not the worst show I ever had to do. Worst show I ever had to do, I had to open for a psychic. Who here believes in psychics out of curiosity? Yes! Yeah. 2 types of people in the world, right? Those that don't believe and those that might be retarded. But, you already know, sir. No, but you do agree they're not all real, though, right? Facts. Because this woman was phony as shit. She was like, you swear the second she came out, she was playing Words with Friends. She's like, I'm getting the letters J, T, or A. I'm like, you're not going to get anything out of that, right? She's reaching the whole time. She's like, sir, who are you trying to reach today? And the guy goes, my great-great-grandfather. How old was he when he passed away? He goes, 91. Did he have back problems? He's 91. I'm 51. I farted today, my back cracked. Does that happen to anybody yet? It's a real thing. She says this whole thing, right? She goes, I'm getting a tingling in my arm and in my eye. Does that mean something to somebody over here? I raise my hand, I go, I'm no doctor, but I think you're having a stroke, right? She was a liar from the get-go. She comes right out, she goes, hi everybody, my name is Susan, I'm a medium. Like, bitch, you're 250 pounds. There's no way. You're a medium. You're an extra large. Those are good times, man. Farted in my back crack. That's crazy. Remember the old days when you could just fart, man? How old are you? Do you mind if I ask?
47.
47, yeah. I got you by a few years, but it's weird, like when you're a kid, you could just like fart like it was no big deal. And now it's like, I go to fart and it's like, it's still in there. Right? Like you fart and then, how old are you, sir, here?
64.
64, okay, I want to make sure somebody knows what I'm talking about. So, you know, what's your name?
Sam.
Sam, good to meet you, Sam. Sam, you know, right? You be there and it just stays in your butt crack. Like it doesn't come out like it used to. It used to. Now you gotta like get creative. You're like if you women, just so you know, if you're talking to a guy and the guy's talking to you like this, he has a fart ball. That's a fart just me getting older, man. You ever do this, Sam? You ever? This happens to me too. If it's happening to me, Sam, I'm sure. But you go to the bathroom and then you wipe and then you turn around to go flush and there's no toilet paper and you're like, did I wipe or not? Right? So you start going. So you sit down and you do it again. You turn around and you realize it's all in your butt crack. Right? It's still in there. You're just like if I farted right now, a bunch of Mexican kids will think a piñata just went off. And they're like, that's not chocolate. Find myself reminiscing about the old days, Sam. That's what I'm doing now. Just reminiscing about the old days. You know what I miss the most is good TV. When I was a kid, I had 3 channels. That's a true story. 3 channels. Now I have 300 channels of bullshit. There's nothing on TV. And it's the same shit that we used to watch. They just keep remaking it over and over again. When I was a kid, there was a great show called Gilligan's Island. Anybody remember that show? And then about 10 years ago, they remade it and called it Lost. Remember that? It's just the same shit over and over again. There's a show on TV called 19 Kids and Counting. When I was a kid, we had a show called 8 is Enough. We knew when to quit that shit. My favorite show when I was a kid was a show called Leave It to Beaver. Now it's called Ellen. I don't care. I'm fighting a lesbian in the room. I don't care. Not the ones without sleeves, but the other ones. I miss good TV, man. TV used to be great too. You used to watch, remember we would watch Good Times and stuff like that. It was like a good 27-minute show with a few commercials scattered in. Now it's all commercials, right? You don't even know if you even watch the show when it's done. You ever get duped into watching a commercial? It's like really long. That shit with Matthew McConaughey. You guys seen that commercial? It's like 20 minutes. And you're just, I'm flicking the channels and it's on. He's driving down the road and he's just like, all right, all right, all right. Sometimes you gotta grab life by the horns. I'm like, he's gonna go kill somebody. It's a fucking Lincoln commercial. 20-minute Lincoln. I get duped into this stuff all the time. I thought I was watching the movie Transformers. Nope, it was just a 2020 special on Caitlyn Jenner. Shut up, you sensitive bitches. He or she is not here. He or she is not. I don't know what it is. I think it still has a penis. He's watching some stuff. Oh, I like that show To Catch a Predator. I was watching that show. Turns out it was just a Subway commercial. How lucky is Jared, huh? Goes to prison, still getting footlongs. His new favorite? Black Forest ham. That's what I hear. What is wrong with this guy? I want to go on a show. It's a shame because I don't know, you really don't know the fate of Jeopardy, but I always wanted to go on Jeopardy. That was the show for me. I'm not smart. I just wanted to answer every question purposefully wrong. Right? Just with my own, just random shit. Like, wait for questions to come out like, this Italian word means bankrupt. Beep. Rocky, what is the Bellagio? This man produced the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven. Beep. Rocky, who is Michael Vick? Don't care. The Batman, the Joker, and the Penguin. This one's easy. You got a little short fat dude, a weirdo in makeup, and a guy in black and gray clothes that can't catch anyone. Who are the Raiders? Not a Raiders fan, are you? Okay. I immediately look for the toughest guy in the room, and I'm like, please don't stab me. Please don't stab me, ma'am. What else is going on? Happy to be out. Single people? Any single people here? All right. A one-person clap. Was it a guy or a girl? A woman. I like it. Woman, motherfucker. What nationality are you? American. I didn't ask you what kind of cheese you like. I'm just trying to meet I'm trying to meet a girl that speaks Spanish. That's what I'm looking for. You speak Spanish?
Not today.
Not today. But oh, she's willing to learn. Willing to learn. Just they roll their R's, you know, when you're talking to them. And with a name like Rocky, she's like, you know, I'm like, hi, I'm Rocky. And she's like, oh, Rocky? I'm like, oh, fuck. Put this in your mouth and just say my name. Just put it, just... Rocky. Right? Mexican Hummer, that's what that is. I don't understand any Spanish, so it wouldn't matter, but the French, anybody here speak French? That's a beautiful language. You could say, I have to take a shit in French and I'll go with you. Right? Like, she's like, je sais quoi, boo boo. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Right? I'd hold her butt, I don't care. Harshest language in the world? The Japanese language. Where are my Japanese people at? Downstairs gambling, that's right. And prove me wrong, let's go. We'll go down right now. You know they're down there. So harsh. They have the harshest language in the world because you're laughing way too hard, racist. And they are like, it is a harsh language. Like you just hear them talking to each other. They're out there. And I met the mall the other day with my daughter, and this guy is talking to his wife, and he's like, "Shut up, we got shut." And I peed because I'm a little bitch. I'm like, so I wait, and then they separate, and I go to her, and I go, "Hey, is everything okay?" She go, "Yeah, why?" I go, "He was yelling at you." She go, "He no yelling." He say, "Meet me food court, 1 hour." And immediately my mind goes to the bedroom, right? I'm thinking like, because when I'm in the bedroom, I'm like, "Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you do. Does that feel good? Yeah, it does. Who's your daddy? That's me." Shut up. But that's me. She's like, can you imagine how hardcore it is in a Japanese bedroom? They're just in there like, "Wooza. Wooza. Oh, negasamasu. Someone got. Sure. I gotta back up because my favorite part of the joke is cutting the girls out at the end. But I know that when I'm up there, I'm like, "Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that?" These women are like, "You do not look like that, you white motherfucker." I know I don't. I got no rhythm. I got no nothing. Every white guy in this room, we all think we look cool in the bedroom, but we don't. Black guys, oh, you guys can do it to music. You guys are like, "Let's get it on." Like you got that rhythm. Mexican guys can do it to music. They're like, da 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 da. But we don't. I look good in the bedroom. I thought I looked cool in the bedroom till the first time I had sex in a hotel and there was a mirror. And I'm like, yeah, that feels good. And then I'm like, what the fuck is that? And the guy in the mirror is like, when I finish, I'm like, here it comes. The guy in the mirror looks like a kid with special needs reaching for a ball. He's like, sorry. I'm horrible. I know I'm horrible. I walk into the bedroom, I see a naked girl, I'm like, what are these? These look fun. What's this down here? These are fun. My ex-wife, you guys know her, she's very famous. Her name is Satan. And Satan would say to me, she was always like, you have no idea what you're doing in here. I'm like, I have none. I'm not even gonna try to lie. She goes, when you go downtown, you have no, I don't. Because she's always yelling at me. I always felt like a homeless cat that just found a random saucer of milk. Like that's what I felt like. I'm always down there like, I don't know what to do. Never had any training. Right? You women are trained your whole lives for oral sex. You got suckers, you got lollipops, you got ice cream. You don't see guys walking around eating tacos like, you know? Never had any training. Matter of fact, I remember when I was a kid, Sam, you probably remember this too. You're older like me. No, I'm just saying. But you remember when we were kids, and you decide, tell me if this happened, but I remember when I was in school, and I grew up in Alaska, so I grew up, and I remember we were outside for PE, and there were no girls one day. We're like, where are all the girls? We're like, we're gonna play flag football. And then you find out later the girls were inside getting the talk. Right? They were in health class getting the talk. We're outside like a bunch of morons. The girls are inside, the teacher's in there like, all right, the boys are gone. We're gonna talk about your bodies. These are gonna grow, this is gonna smell. And they would have these things. Shut up, it smells. You know, and so they would, meanwhile, we're outside like a bunch of idiots going, got your flag! I wish instead my PE teacher would have been like, all right, the girls are gone. All right, boys, hear me out. Take your combination lock, put it on the ground. Put your hands behind your back, open it with your mouth. Why, coach? You'll thank me later. Right? You would love that if you could just go home with him tonight and be like, all right, Brian, 13, 24, 16, no, you fucked up, go around twice and clear. Sex is weird for everybody. I don't know what to do with boobs. Boobs confuse the hell out of me. But let me say this, because women are always like, ow, you're hurting my, ow, we don't know what to do. We see those things, we're like lefty loosey, righty tighty, or tune in Tokyo, come in Tokyo, come in Tokyo. We don't know what to do with boobs. But you women, let me just tell you this, and I'm going to tell you because your man's not going to tell you this. You women are no better on the stick than we are on the knobs, let me tell you that. Back me up. Shut up. You women are, the other night this girl goes, I've never had any complaints. Here's why, slut. Because we're guys, we're smart. We know if we go, ow, 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 you're hurting me, you girls will go, fine, I won't touch it then. So we have to act like we like everything. I'm like, nope, just keep hitting it like a ketchup bottle, that'll get it out of there. I have an idea, put two hands on it, give me a fucking Indian burn from second grade. No, it hurts. There's a right way and a wrong way. If you're with a black guy, use your shoulder. It makes sense, right? White guy, break at the elbow. Japanese guy, break at the wrist. It's really simple. I gotta get out of here. You guys having a good time so far? I think I'm just gonna go gay. I think that's the way to go. Are you guys straight or gay?
Straight.
I don't know, I'm just curious. You want to touch pickles, you do whatever the fuck you want. Here's the thing, and I'm just giving you a hard time, but here's the thing, like the gay thing makes sense to me, like I can do that, I could do this for and still hold the remote, like it makes sense to me, right? Like I get it, I could have two friends and act like I'm skiing, I could be like, this is awesome, like I feel like I can do it, because I feel like we're all gay, like everybody is born at least half gay. Would you agree with me, brother? No, okay. I'm gonna prove it to you, What's your name? Sean? Sean, Rocky, let me prove it to you. Right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Right-handed, so am I. Throw a ball with your right hand. You look like a man. You ever throw a ball with your left hand? That's your half gay side, brother. Right? You're like, I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. Check this out. The whole left side is gay, Sean. Every man in this room knows what I'm talking about. Sean, you get into a fight, you got your right hand forward, right? I'm like, come on, motherfucker. Left hand, I'm always like, bitch, you better back up. I don't know. Sean, brush your teeth, up and down, up and down. I broke my wrist, had to try my left hand. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.